Puro Chicano U-turn. What's up, guys? What's going on, man? I'm like, what, like 4 minutes late? Because I was over here entertained over here with a lot of stuff over here. Oh, it looks like Carlos is texting me, says that he'll come in later on. How you guys doing, man? I try to get Johnny out here, but it looks like he's probably busy or something. I try to call him. I try to text him. I left him the link, so he might show up later on. We don't know yet. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, but how you guys doing, man? Oh man, I was kind of busy. I was out here working on my cars. You know, since they want us to get the hell out of here, they wanted to take all these dang cars out of here. So I was out here with my father-in-law, and he got me. We went to the junkyard, and so we went and go get some parts. The busted a fuel line that my truck had. So it's like, check this out. I'll go outside. I hadn't turned that sucker on in a long time, dude. I hadn't turned it on for like about a year and a half or something. Hold on for a second, guys. Go outside. That's a grandpa mobile right here. Minivan. That's grandpa's mobile. That's my truck right there. I had a freaking fuel line, man. Fuel line was the one that was busted, and then I put a new master cylinder on it. Well, let's check this out, man. It turns right on. Woohoo! You're gonna be getting all the ladies with this one. Damn. Okay. Yeah, so check this out, man. We got. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, man, so we got this thing running, man. So there it is. And I got my classic over here. Patalote. Let me do this better. Oops. Try and turn the camera around. See if I can do that. Let's see. Settings. Camera. Come on. Oh yeah, now you want to work, huh? Never mind. That's my classic right here. Should have got the trunk open. Yeah, that's it right there. I put some wallpaper in it and stuff like that. That's it right there, man. That's my old Buick. And I got this piece of crap right here. All I need is a pulley and a battery. Never got it to fix. And I really don't have a desire to fix it anymore. So I'm just gonna get rid of it, man. However I could. It's pretty good that the pastor gave it to me, man, but this thing needed a lot of work, man. There it is. It's a Mercury Villager. Needed a gang of work, man. New water pump, fuel pump, brand new. The timing belt, brand new. Brand new gaskets all around. Exhaust and intake manifold. All that crazy stuff, man. All it needs is just put the pulley on and just put it together, and that's all it needs. Pretty much it. Other than that, that's all it needs. For some reason, I didn't want to work on no dang cars because I was kind of walking into the house real quick. Yeah, I just didn't want to work on no dang cars, man, because I was like, my pops, man, it'll remind me too much of my pops, and I stood away from working on cars for a minute. It was too painful, I guess, to just, because my dad did it his whole entire life, and my pops, and since he was a teenager, and it was a bit too painful for me to be using his tools and his jack and stuff like that, and it would just remind me of him. And so I didn't want to. I just stood away from it, man. Just stood away from it. I just simply just stood away, and I wanted to get away, and I did. But other than that, man, I was just. So now I just I got the itch again. Now that Grandma's been pushing me, and then you got the city wants to come over here and it wants to take that van out of there. I finally got to move the Buick, the old Buick, and the truck. The truck starts now. It hadn't started like in a year and a half since I got it. As soon as I bought it, I parked it. Why? Because the dang brakes were sinking all the way in. And what was happening, man, I was like, man, luckily I made it to the house, man. I had to pump the dang brakes just to get to the house. And I had my kids with me, dude. Well, first of all, when I first bought it, and that thing, man, I took it like half a block, dude, and the thing gave out on me. It stopped. Oh, like, what the heck? Well, come to find out that the thing ran out of gasoline. So I went to the store. I walked all the way down there to a 99-cent store. It got me 2 gallons of water. I dumped all the water. Well, obviously, I drank some of it first, and my kids too. And we drank some of it, 2 gallons, dumped it all. Went to the gas station that was right next door. Put some fuel. Went back, poured on there, start right up. After that, what I did was obviously I was trying to drive home, but I went to my father-in-law's house first to see if he was there, see if I can leave it there for a couple of days, because I didn't want to risk it going all the way over there, but there was no one home. So I decided to just say screw it, because he was the one closer to me. He was like only a few blocks away. So I drove it all the way dang home. It barely made it. And I said, no more driving this thing like this, man. Because that thing, man, it's just gonna fail, man. And the brake fluid was full and everything. The problem was that the master cylinder was shot. And so right now, I have my father-in-law pumping the brakes, because this is a 2-man job. My father was supposed to help me out, but he passed away, so we never got the chance to purge it. So now that we purged it, one of the other sides decided not to cooperate, and plus the little nipple that's right there on the caliper, it's stripped, and it's super hard, man. I put some vice grips on it, dude, and still wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't even budge. And so I was like, dang it, man. So my father-in-law said, and then I tried to use the vice grips too. But I was like, man, I'm gonna break this dang bolt, man. And so he told me, I got some smaller ones, man. This one will do it, because you need some small ones, because it's like it's gonna be the front tire on the passenger side. That's the only one that needs to be purged. That one, and then got to go back to the other side and then purge that one too. So that's all I need, man. As soon as I do that, the brakes should go back to normal. I'll be able, I'll be able to cruise with that baby, man. Woo! I'll be driving that sucker, picking up all the ladies. Look, my daughter is just looking at me. I got my daughter here today. My father-in-law is actually her grandpa. He still likes me, man. I love him too, man. I have a lot of respect. So we went to the junkyard, man. We got a few things, man, and he wanted to get a couple of things too, but we didn't find the truck that he needed for his brother. So yeah, that's what happened, man. So we decided to just go back home, work with what we got, and just put the damn fuel line. Oh man, and I got a little scary thing too, man. I was trying to put the line in there, and the freaking threads. I pulled the dang threads on it, man. It got stripped. I was like, oh my gosh, man, this is the last thing I needed, man. So it got a little complicated. And then plus the way it's going in, the fuel line is very complicated too. It needs like a bend. It needs to be bent like in a 45-degree angle. The problem was that it's very difficult to bend it the way it is. And then it has a little thing that goes back and forward where it has the threads, right? And so you have the fuel line, actually, this metal fuel line goes like that. And then you put a little small gasket, like an O-ring, on it. It jams inside the carburetor, which is a throttle body injection, which is like a form of a carburetor, but it's like an electric carburetor. Fancy. They don't make that no more. Everything's all fuel injection, for obvious reasons. And so yeah, man, just I'm sweating like a pig, man. I just took a dang shower right now. But I'm eating some of these cheese things. But that was it, man. And that's what sucked, man. I was like, man, I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do now. But I remember I had the other one that was like, the one that I broke, because it broke right on the head, man. The dang fuel line. I just got some, my father-in-law helped me out. He put something on there. He punched it right out, punched the other line out. And so all we needed was the little head with the threads, so we put it. We managed to put it on the other fuel line. Take the one out, man. That's what saved the day. Other than that, it would have been a straight up L. Straight up loss. Straight up L. But that L became a W. So at least now we got it turned on now. So all we need to do is just purge the hell out of it, and that's about it. I think that I probably even got an idea. I might even end up taking it to my former school and see if they could, they'll do it for me, for free. They'll purge the hell out of it, and whatever they need, whatever other thing it needs, they're gonna be able to tell me what's wrong with it, and make a list of what I need to put on there. And the labor is gonna be free because they practice on it. I know because I was over there. I spent a year and a half over there in LA Trade Tech College for automotive. I actually got a C in my transmission class. My other classes I got D's. It's because I wasn't showing up consistently. That's all. I told them why. talking about my injuries. The other one never got it, but the other one that he's injured himself. The other teacher, I think he passed away. I think I heard that he passed away or something. Mr. Johnny. I forgot his last name, but I think it was him. I don't know. Somebody told me that. And yeah, rest in peace. If that was him, then rest in peace. Or whoever it was, I'm pretty sure I knew him. I took Mr. McFall's class. I took Ramirez's class. I took a smog class too, a smog. Which I actually did pass. All I needed to go get this certified for the state, and I would have been a smog technician of all things. I just never followed through with it for whatever reason. I just never did. I'm thinking I should probably even end up taking that class again, man, and just end up doing that again, and then go work for a smog place. And that'll be kind of cool, man. Get a job right there doing smog, and then you end up getting your own machine. Those machines are really expensive, man. They're like 100. They're like 100 G's, just to get that smog, and then you have to pay for the place. You have to, if you're gonna give payments for that machine, you got to give payments for that. It's a lot, man. It's way too much. Why ain't nobody watching us, man? Maybe later on. Everybody knows everybody's invited. Too bad I can't post a dang link right here on this dang phone. Wish I had my computer. Well, it looks like Johnny's probably not coming in. And it looks like Carlos is probably busy, or maybe they see there's nobody here, so they're like, what the heck? Because usually when we do stuff like that, we do it in his channel, Johnny's, because he has a lot more subscribers than I do, way more. I only got like 28 or something. He has like close to 150. And Carlos, obviously, he has like about 2,800, close to 3,000 subscribers. So that's like a significantly lot. But yeah, I don't know. Johnny told us, he was telling me, if you go to his channel, he'll tell you part of his horror stories, man, that he went through over there. He was supposed to come over here. Man, I feel real bad, man, He had an opportunity to be over here with me, but I was the one that was freaking sick as a dog, man, and I couldn't receive the guy, man. I feel like, man, that sucks, man. I didn't want him to see me the way I was, man. I was all like, all knocked out, unable to sleep, just tore up. You would have met my boys, my mother, even the chickens that we got that there, and well, obviously me, in person, and that would have been epic, man. You would have probably stood here a couple of days.
I know why you don't remember nothing. We have no remember nothing virus. You have that virus. Some virus that goes inside your brain.
I got a virus in my.
Nothing.
I got a virus in my brain.
Yeah, it's called no remember virus.
I be sleepwalking, me. Well, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Sleepwalk.
That's how you get it. That's how you get it too.
I still haven't been able to find my shotgun, man, and my other 2 pistols, and my Remington. So that's 4. I have no clue, man. I have no idea what the heck I did with them. Not one single clue. And I've been thinking to myself, man. I'm like, what the heck did I do, man? What the heck did I do with him? Look at my son. I'm gonna take out your tongue, dude. That's the baby boy of the house.
I hate cats. There's one in my bed gonna go to poo poo.
All right, get down. He has a mouth like a sailor.
Pee pee.
That fool came from over there.
Pee pee.
I have like about 4 years with him. Close to 5 now. This fool came over there from Texas, man, from his mama's house, from wherever he was over there in Texas. Just cussing, man, cussing big time, eh? Like what the heck, eh? We're cussing over here like it's like a freaking sailor. It's crazy, man. Listen, nobody even talks like that, man. I try to get on him with that, you know. I even, smack him a couple of times. I guess it's just like second nature for him. I don't know, man. Whatever it is, man, you know. You just try to. He'll get over it. Right now, he doesn't really understand, so. That's my daughter over there. Oh, you guys can see her. Can you see yourself, Allison?
I'm blind. I can't tell.
Let me see. She's somewhere over there. There's a cat right there next to her, too. Wait, I don't even know what the heck I'm pointing at. Oh, yeah, there she is. My daughter. Mother boy's down here. Look. This fool right here. Dude.
Huh?
Look.
What?
Can you see yourself?
Yes.
That's Junior. I got 3 kids, 2 boys and 1 girl. From my high school sweetheart and from the wifey when we married. But it's funny because I spend more time with the baby mama than what I did with the wife. She was my high school sweetheart. Even though we didn't go to the same high school, but we were in high school. I didn't go to a normal high school, but I went to her graduation. She went to mine. I went to her prom. I was dressed like a penguin. But I looked nice though. I had a tuxedo. She didn't want me to wear a tuxedo. She didn't like it. She wanted me to be wearing like a pachuco. She wanted me to be pachuco style, eh? Or the zoot suiters. But only she knew, man. You know, I was like, I just got out of that freaking life, man. You know, I want to get as far away as possible from all that stuff, man. That's why I didn't do it, man. Other than that, I would have been straight up, like, it would have been now, I would have been straight up pachuco. Straight up zoot suiters from the 50s, with my chain and everything going like this, ding, 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 whipping my chain around, and dancing with my baggy pants and my nice, because I rented that suit, and they had all those suits. So I had to rent it from a person right there right there in East LA, where they have a lot of places right there. You can rent stuff like that. You can take professional pictures and stuff like that, and East LA. And so yeah, that's kind of what Yeah, but Johnny, man, had some crazy stories that he told me. Eh? He was out there and he was like, what the heck he went through, man. He went Since he didn't make it over here. He says he didn't have nowhere else to go, man. And I feel real bad, man. It sucks, man. I wish it would have been. I wish, but some things happen for a reason. I don't know, man. I probably would have never even lost my shotgun, man. And so we went to the steps. And that's how we actually got to know each other, man, from the slabs. Um, that's how we met Carlos, from the slabs. God puts people together, man, like that. And we, ever since we became friends, ever since, we talk to each other, man. We text each other often, and we call each other and stuff like that. We communicate a lot, at least once a week. Like I said, I spoke to Johnny yesterday. Yesterday is when I spoke with him. Yeah, he wanted to go live yesterday, but I told him like I was unable because I was really busy doing all this crazy nut stuff over here in the back, man. At least I got to move the car and the truck, man. And the van, I managed to put the two dang tires that were flat. One was missing and the other one was flat. So I took them out. And the other one, I put another tire in it that doesn't even belong there. So I'm gonna have to go to the tire shop and put back that tire that's on there, and put some marinade or whatever, and just put it back on there. I need to junk the hell out of that thing, man. It just gotta go. But I need to get the title for it. That way, at least I get part of my money back. I told my buddy, shout out to White Boy. He knows I don't like to call him like that, but I call him by his government name. I think I said that many times. Shout out to him, his family. You know, yeah, he's a cool guy, man. I have nothing but respect for him. We made a lot of business together, and I have nothing but respect for him. Oh, by the way, I got your bag over here, man. We'll talk tomorrow, man. Tomorrow goes to you after I get done with the stuff that I'm gonna do. I'll probably go to your pad first, and then call my father-in-law, whatever, or maybe afterwards or something, whatever. But it's because I gotta get the other card. I gotta get the other card done too, man. Oh, that one needs to get purged out too. Just like this, like the truck. But I think he was getting tired from his legs, man, because he was pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping, and I'm down there, loosening the nipples with a freaking with a hose to see the bubbles coming out, with a bottle full of brake fluid, and see all that stuff come out, all that nasty stuff come out. And then, so as he's pumping, he pumps it 1, 2, 3, and then he holds it. And then oh, by the way, cheers, guys. Truly yours. Hasn't. Look. Ta-da! So yeah, so you have to put, excuse me, you have to pump it 3 times, hold it. As he's holding it, I loosen the nipple out, unscrew it, and the nipple has like a little hole in it, and right at the tip of it, so fluid is squirt out. But since I have that thing, the little hose that goes around like this and goes into the bottle, so if it's gonna suck up anything back in, it won't, because I have the bottle full of brake fluid, so I could see the bubbles coming out, and that tells me that there's air in there. Goes boop, 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 and then the brake pedal should be going all the way down to the floor. So when we're doing the ones in the back, I only got a few bubbles, but he said that the brake pedal never went down. It stood the same. But as soon as I did the one on the driver's side, because I tried to do the passenger side, but like I said, the thing was super stuck, man. I didn't want to break it. Then I'll be in big time trouble. Then it's gonna be it's gonna be a real mess, you know. Breaking that thing, man, it'll just be no joke. Then you're not gonna be able to purge it at all. Then you have to change the entire caliper or try to tap it out or something. It just become a huge mess. Now you got to take it all the way out and got to try to tap it out here, and then you have to repurge the whole thing again and then put it all back together, put the brakes on again, and all that crazy nonsense. But so I decided to purge the other side, and I said, "Oh man, let's just do it this way. Let me see if it works, man. Hopefully, man, I had a gang of bubbles, man. I had a gang of air." And even to the point where we just kept doing it, man, and it sucked up all the from the reservoir, man. It sucked up all the fluid. I had to put an entire freaking bottle in there. So much, it was just so many bubbles in there, just so much air in the system. And so right now the brakes are still kind of spongy, so it'll stop. But I'm not gonna trust it going down going down a hill with loaded with my kids and loaded with all kinds of stuff in the back and trying to stop. The sucker will just keep. It'll be a stop right there going downhill, man. The thing will just keep going. Hell no, this is something scary, dude. There was a tow truck like that, man, that we used to have in Picky Park when I used to work over there. That thing, man, because it had drums all around. It wasn't even discs in the front. It was a diesel truck, a flatbed. Man, that sucker, man, you'll try to stop from going down like this, man, and you press the brakes, man, the thing go like, that sucker just keep going, man. you better press the brakes and spray, dude, because that sucker wouldn't stop, eh? The thing could just keep going. And it happened to me one time like that, eh? I was driving that sucker, and I was loaded, man, with I had two freaking. I had one in the flatbed, and the other one I was dragging it. So it's a flatbed. I got two cars, a two-car carrier. Man, that sucker just kept going, man. I was like, holy smokes, man. And I had to use the freaking handbrake, to try to even get it stopped even further. So I blew the freaking yellow light just like that. I wasn't trying to, man, but I just said, man, if I'm gonna, I'm just gonna go. And I barely made it, and it was just like I still had part of the red light. So when I was crossing it already like this, it was already red, but I was already crossing. Man, as look good in stop, I was going downhill, and I was close to the yard already too, right there in Wilmington. And a shout out to them people over there in Wilmington and pick apart all the guys over there. Yeah, I worked there for about 3 years, I think. It was really nice, man, but I was very inconsistent too, man. I was drinking too much over there, and I was doing a lot of craziness over there. I'm not gonna say any more about that, but it was a lot of business that can be made over there, and everybody was doing it. I wasn't the only one. But yeah, man, it's just it's something that's in the past. I really enjoyed being over there, though. I really loved that job, man. I really did. That was like one of the best jobs I ever had in my entire life. And then when I got to this other job over here, when man, I never thought I was gonna get another job like that, and I actually did. It got me a job over here in the other junkyard over here, the competitors, and I managed to be the tow truck guy right there too. And then I started becoming a little bit inconsistent too, man, because I got injured and I didn't want to tell them. When I finally came out with it, I needed a second opinion. So they got me, man, and Mijo, did you turn off the wire down there, dude? It's not charging. Sure. It's not charging.
What?
My phone's not charging. Check the wire down there. Never mind. There.
Yep, it was a little bit connected.
That's what it was. Yeah, man. So that was it, man. I really loved that dang job, you know. It was one hell of a job. Because I was, you know, you go over there, pick up one car, man. You show up around 8:30. Over there in the picky part, you had to be there at 7:30. Over here was about 8:30. We started kind of, you know, a little bit later. 8:30 we started. They showed up.
Yes.
Next thing you know, I go pick up one car. Next thing you know, it's around 10 o'clock. Go pick up another car, and it's already lunchtime. Go pick up another car, it's already 2. And then go pick up another car, and it'll be already close to 5. But I was pulling in not just 4 cars, I was pulling in 5 or 6 at a time. They were like, man, this guy, like, dude, this guy's tearing it up, man. Like, we never had a guy like this before, man. This guy, you know, you're the best freaking tow truck driver we've ever seen here. And they found out they know I came from Picky Parts, so they was like, man, this fool is just like straight up trained. Like, they train you good, man. You know how to do stuff really quick. So much so they got me a flatbed. Because the other tow truck started to give out the single one, the 1 ton. The 1 ton truck started to give out, so they needed to get it fixed. So when they finally did go, they took it over there, and they never brought it back. They just brought us a flatbed. Another thing too with the brakes too, man. They had the drum brakes too, man, and that sucker, you couldn't leave it in an incline, dude, because that sucker it'll roll down because the handbrake didn't work at all. And I was trying to adjust it at one time, but I kept telling them that it needs to be adjusted and stuff like that. I think they ended up taking it. I ended up with no tow truck. And that's how I got injured by. Then they didn't have no dang work, man. They wasn't pulling any cars. It wasn't. The other guy too. He had a Pelochas. And shout out to him and his son Nissan. He got his brother too. You know, there were 2 brothers that were working there. El Pelacuas y el Pelochas. Because they were both bald, you know, by nature, I guess. And so, yeah, man, I don't know. He had a 4-car carrier, man, and next thing you know, he wasn't getting no jobs either. They weren't buying no cars anymore. And I was the one pulling a gang of cars, man. I was making good commission too, because I get commission for every car that I was bringing in. So that I over there in Pick Your Part. Man, Pick Your Part was just like significantly lower than over here. So I was getting my hours plus my commission, and then plus whatever I found inside the car, I kept it. Find a gold chain or something like this, man. Find something like this. Gold chain. Silver, whatever, I took it. Because if I don't take it, then the other guys are going to take it. I used to look under the seats. I used to look in the back of the seats, find all that change. Rings and stuff like that. You find all kinds of crazy stuff. And stuff that you can keep. And people just leave it and they don't care, you know, like, I just take it like that, man. I don't care. I don't want this thing out of my, I want this thing out of my hair. Now, we always found all kinds of stuff, especially when you went to the cars. They were bought in a freaking in the impounds. They leave everything, man. The cops won't let you take anything out, especially if you were like in a DUI and they took your car. They impound it because they got a lot of. They will buy a lot of cars from the auctions from the impound, where people don't take the cars out anymore. They just don't think it's worth it, or either they're there or they were in a they got a DUI or DWI and they just go ahead and take off and they leave all their freaking equipment right there, man. Sometimes it'll be fully loaded with like uh, construction work, man, mechanic tools and mechanical stuff, man. They're just like fully loaded with a bunch of stuff, eh? Sometimes you'll still find beer in there, man, or find a old spoiled food or whatever you'll find, but a lot of times you'll find a lot of change, a lot of personal items, man, and these guys will be like living it, man. The guys that were going over the 4-car carriers, all them fools, man, will be living it, man. Them fools will get a lot of stuff, man. You'll see their tow trucks too inside. They'll be all decorated with all kinds of crazy stuff in there, the stuff they found. I was starting to decorate my tow truck too over there a little bit with stuff that I was finding, but I managed to make a buck here and there with the stuff that I was doing. Um, but yeah, man, it was a fun job, man. I really missed that job. Now they downgraded a lot, Now it's not the same. Like Wilmington, they had 2 spots over there. They had the small yard and they had the big yard. Well, the big yard is no longer there. It looks like it was a landfill back then. So it was a landfill, and they have this thing. They put like a rubber coating on it before they put all the trash, and then so that starts when that stuff bursts and it starts leaking. They call it leach it. It started leaching, and then they got oil wells right there too, man. They got these things that are like producing heat and stuff like that because all the methane gas that's coming out of there. They're just burning it, man. They were just burning it instead of using it for fuel, instead of using it for uh for electricity or whatever. They were just burning it. They just had like a furnace right there. So the thing started to sink, and so they were spending a lot of money putting a lot of dirt because they had to pay a lot of dirt every month to pay for dirt, people to come over and dump it. And it was costing them, I guess, a lot of money, and it was like an environmental hazard. I guess it became to the point where they just had to get rid of it. They get rid of themselves over there, and that was the largest one there was there. There's one in Sun Valley, I think, still, if I'm not mistaken. But so that the company over here, the one in Alameda, the one I started working for afterwards, it's called You Pick Parts. Pick your part and then you pick parts. But over there, salud. Over there, they had the largest they had the largest también one of the largest junkyards around. They were side by side, and these guys had like a lot of memorabilia, man. Like even one of these big old trucks that came out on Universal Soldiers, and they had like big old monster trucks like straight up in the air. They had like all kinds of memorabilia. Like you go inside the office, oh my lord, it was just like full of Hollywood memorabilia, like big time. And I think they had like a lot of family members. I think they were Jewish, and a lot of connections with I guess with Hollywood too. And the father died, and so the son, I heard he was a crackhead. He was always, partying and getting drugged out and stuff like that. Kind of like Hunter Biden, smoking crack with hookers. Don't say I said it, man. Go look for it up for yourself. Look it up for yourself. Didn't come from me, man. And the same thing with him. I guess he was partying it up and just living it up. So the father died, and so what did he do? He sold the hardworking place that he had for a long time. All the guys that were over there got fired. They got laid off.
What?
All the hundreds of workers that were over there,
What?
they lost their jobs. The guy sold the area. They auctioned out all the stuff, the memorabilia they had over there. He got rid of absolutely everything. And obviously, and then they got apartments and they got all kinds of other, like, they got real estate too. So the guy just downsized and he kept this one over here because he still makes like $100,000 a week. I think he was making, which is sales, or a month. I don't remember, but I think it was like in 1 week these fools were making a lot of money. Because I remember these fools would like be talking like, hey, yeah, man, we just made 90K, or we just made 100K. Especially in the weekend, because a lot of people show up in the weekend, believe it or not. A lot of people show up right there in that little small junkyard. As small as it is, they make a lot of, they make a lot of money, dude. And plus they have like little spots too where they actually have cars that are classic and other little cars that they get, and they go ahead and sell them too on the side, 4 or 5 G's. And then plus the parts that they sell and stuff like that. And then they sell batteries, stereos, wheels, aluminum wheels, brand new tires,
Why you lock me out?
all that stuff. I used to get some new tires for my stuff, man. Just like my van, I got some really cool tires for my Astro van.
New Japanese.
They were like all weather,
More Japanese
the
coming.
best ones you can find, They were
I
like
can't watch. I don't watch.
they're like maybe $200-300 a piece, and these fools gave them to me for like maybe $200 for all 4 of them, or 150. I don't remember. And I remember I had some tires over there, man, and I was saving them to, like, I had already paid for them. I was saving them so I can take it. And the boss, the manager, his name was Greg, and Greg decided to tell somebody to get rid of them. So, hey, what happened to my tires, man? And I said, yeah, well, somebody took my tires, man. He got so pissed off. He's like, man, everybody want to get against me, man. Shit. Yes, everybody wants to, so I'm fucked, man. Everybody gonna screw me up, man. And he started, arguing with himself, eh? I like, dude, you were the one that did. I didn't do anything to you, man. So I decided, well, I managed to get some other tires too afterwards. And so later on,
I'm gonna use my camera.
but I think that was for another car. Because in Pick Your Part, man, these fools they'll just charge you retail, man. Or sometimes you'd have to tell the boss, the manager, and sometimes he'll give you like a fair price, Just give me this much, man, and that's it. More than likely, the fool was pocketing the money. His name was John Cruz. Whatever happened to him, he was like the manager, the general manager over there. They actually was 2 brothers over there too in Pick Your Part. 2 brothers. The father died also, and so you had the two brothers. They look like twins, but these 2 brothers are the ones that ended up keeping the place, and then they ended up selling it to this place called LKQ. You'll see this fool show up still, man, because they said they still got hired for after that, they still got hired to be in charge for 5 years and getting a certain amount of money too every year. So they were working for 5 years afterwards. Man, one of them fools was driving a freaking brand new Harley, and the other fool was driving a freaking Lamborghini. One of them always was smoking a cigar, and the other one too. But the other one with the Lamborghini had a big old jacket all the way to his kneecaps, or all the way to his ankles. And that fool was driving that sucker, man, and show up over there, and those are right here barely with our cars that we needed to freaking jump for, man, and the freaking tires all bald. And this fool comes and shows up with a freaking Lamborghini, showing off, strutting with everybody, man. And all of us, all we can do is just with our freaking mouth open, you know. This fool would show up like that with a freaking Lamborghini, The other fool with his Harley. And over here, where freaking little cars, those cascabelientos, barely turn them suckers on, man. Sometimes even with a freaking jump. Hey, man, can I get a jump? These fools right there showing up with them cars. But yeah, them fools too, they were party animals too, man. So as soon as the father died, they sold the whole thing too. Just like the other guy from Get Pick Park. That fool sold the whole thing too. You know? Imagine your pops works for all this many years just to try to build your company up and try to build this to get to where it is. Just so that your son like hunting, buying, smoking crack, taking it with hookers, decides to sell the whole freaking business or downsize, and all that job, all that stuff goes to waste. Now what are you gonna give to your freaking children? Now what are you gonna give to them? Or what are they gonna have? You know, it's unfortunate. You know.
Now look at how you have to do it. Okay, wait.
What are they gonna leave them? These other guys, they just they probably got in a different business now, so they should stick with the guns, man. Got to stick with your guns. What will make you rich? Will make you got you there. That's what you should stick with, in my opinion. It's like my father stood mechanic. Mechanic was making him money, and that's what he stood with to the end, to the day he died. You know, that was his trade.
I found a butthole fish.
And so now do I need to do the same thing too?
No.
If I do pick up my stuff, man, when I'm starting to pick my stuff up now, I'm starting to pick myself up. Now that I got more motivation, now that I started working on my cars now.
Drop in the bottle and stir it.
Excuse me. Now I got a little bit more motivation to do things now.
Look at.
I'm gonna be able to.
On it and then.
I'm gonna be able to
Look at it.
build something from there.
See.
The ultimate goal is to get me a tow truck driver, a tow truck, and then give me a few tow truck drivers too as well. I'm buying more tow trucks, you know. That's the goal. So.
Why do you hate VR? No one likes.
All right, so we've been going for 50 some odd minutes.
Shut up.
Anybody showed up briefly? Thank you for stopping by.
People like Sega.
We was wishing to do it right here in Johnny, and we wish Johnny was gonna come through, or Carlos, but it looks like nobody did. So it's all right. We're just getting started. Thank you for showing. Anybody that watches this in the future, thank you for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Go ahead and turn on your notification button, and go ahead and follow us every Friday and Sunday. So tomorrow we'll be back at it. Hopefully we can get Johnny this time. More than likely we'll do it in his channel, and maybe Carlos too. But we'll see. All right. So you guys take care, man. God bless you guys. You guys take care. Puro Chicano U-turn. Take care and see you guys later. Peace. Boom. See you guys later.